Tales of the Walking Dead just beat Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead to its own time-bending twist. Army of the Dead Shuffled sprinted onto Netflix in May 2021 as a raucous, king-sized zombie heist slaughterfest with a Las Vegas twist, but audiences quickly noticed hidden details teasing a deeper mythology. Army of the Dead's most popular fan theory is inspired by Omari Hardwick's Vanderohe, who ponders whether the entire team is trapped inside a time loop. Two sets of corpses dressed like the main crew can be spotted as the action moves through Vegas, and Snyder himself has acknowledged the theory stands up. Army of the Dead stops short of confirming Vanderohe's theory, but the evidence is too significant to ignore, and a potential time loop is one of many mysteries ripe for exploration as Zack Snyder's zombie apocalypse expands. Straight sequel Planet of the Dead and the Las Vegas animated series could both elaborate on whether these zombie apocalypse survivors are doing the time warp again. Army of Thieves, a spin-off movie starring Dieter, already did exactly that, with Dieter describing Richard Wagner's 4 legendary safe as a doorway to another dimension, then experiencing a potential vision of an alternate timeline. As Army of the Dead plays the long game with its ambitious time loop concept, it'd be a shame if another zombie franchise came along and did it first. Tales of the Walking Dead Episode 2 delivers a zombie apocalypse time loop very similar to the one Army of the Dead sets up. Rather than a Las Vegas heist, Blair, Parker Posey, and Gina, Jillian Bell, keep reliving the same early outbreak gas station scenario. Just like in Army of the Dead, these survivors are destined to keep playing out the same cycle of failure and death until finally breaking the loop by figuring out what they're supposed to do. Also, like Army of the Dead, the time loop has somehow chosen who gets affected by the temporal trap. Army of the Dead's time loop could be totally different to Tales of the Walking Dead. Tales of the Walking Dead Episode 2 has, in one universe, probably, left Zack Snyder grinding his teeth in frustration that AMC's spin-off nipped ahead and pulled a zombie time loop before he had chance to reveal whether Vanderohe's theory was actually true. Nevertheless, Army of the Dead's version could be hugely different compared to Blair and Gina's nightmare in The Walking Dead. Each time Tales of the Walking Dead's loop restarts, the timeline undergoes a complete reset, leaving behind no remnants of the previous walkthroughs except Blair and Gina's memories. In Army of the Dead, the opposite is true. Corpses strewn across the Las Vegas vault chamber resemble Vanderohe, Ward, Maria and Peters, which implies the timeline isn't skipping like a broken record, but that the dead characters are being reborn and sent on the same mission over and again. And whereas Tales of the Walking Dead's unlucky time travelers reap the benefits of trial and error, Army of the Dead's characters are still oblivious, limited only to Vanderohe's wild speculation and Dieter's visions. Needless to say, any plans Zack Snyder may or may not have for Army of the Dead won't be affected in the slightest by Tales of the Walking Dead. At the very least, however, Netflix zombie franchise, if it does head down the same twisting route of Groundhog Dog-esque repetition, will be an entirely different bag of brains, and infinitely more complex. Tales of the Walking Dead continues Sunday on AMC.
My heart returns to you. Dinner, you were great. We can go back to mine if you want to. You look so good. I want to do that. I must be tripping. God, catch my breath. Oh.